it gets even crazier. So a calf came up to a camera person, and the camera
Surely
person
it's just a little baby.
pushed the calf away. The calf got
It's just a
angry,
little baby.
started
He's not
vibrating
gonna
with
do-
massive clicks in its head, paralyzed the guy's arm for 4 hours.
Sorry. Hello.
How's it going?
Welcome to World's Wildest, episode 12.
World's Loudest.
World's Loudest. If you guys have been here for all of these episodes, thank you so much.
Huge.
If this is your first episode, hello, my name is Maya. I'm a conservationist, and I have an animal sanctuary and education nonprofit.
And I'm Connor, and I'm the Director of Operations at Maya Sanctuary, and also have a wildlife technology company that live streams bald eagles and ospreys and hawks and stuff. It's really fun.
Wicked. It's called Window to Wildlife. Check it out. The sanctuary is called Alveus Sanctuary. If you haven't checked it out, ALVEUS, go check it out. Now, we are doing World's Loudest today, which is going to be actually really great for audio listeners. Get ready. I have videos.
I did not. I'm just going to try them. Like, I'm going to...
Oh, God.
There's no way for me to, like, really encapsulate the amount of sound.
That is going to be one of the problems. I think we probably both tried to have comparisons, so you can be like, oh, wow, that's loud. It's
I have
like
a chart to,
it's like as
help
loud as
people.
this. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be good. And I'm very excited because today I have 2 bugs. And I love bugs. So I think this is going to be great.
Okay. Cool. I have 2 ocean-dwelling creatures, so that works
Great.
out.
Fun.
Can I give, like, a lay of the land? Or do you already have, like a map of, like, what the types of sounds and decibels are?
No.
I'm going to give a lay of the land real quick. Okay, so a whisper, it's 25 decibels. A normal conversation like we're having right now is 60 to 70 decibels.
Okay.
With substantial exposure for like 2 hours or more at 80 to 90 decibels can cause hearing loss.
Okay.
And then a chainsaw 3 feet away, we're all very familiar with that, 110 decibels.
Mm-hmm.
Pain begins at, do you remember?
130?
125.
125?
Yeah. Jet engine at 100 feet away is 140 decibels.
Okay.
And then a sonic boom is 194 decibels, where sound turns into a sonic wave. Physical force.
Spooky.
And at the end, stay to the end if you want to learn about the world's loudest sound ever.
What is the loudest animal you've been around?
Macaws.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Parrots, for sure. Screaming parrots.
Hurts so bad.
So bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They can be super, super
I
loud.
take that back. A miniature pig in a vet office.
Oh my God. Pig squealing. I'm sorry, not squealing. Screaming.
Yeah.
One of the worst sounds in the world.
It is. It goes pigs and then macaws.
Man, you're right. No, well, I think macaws actually are louder, but pigs are like, that was painful. I had to lift a pig into a trailer one time. Miserable experience. Would not recommend.
Vet care on a pig.
Oh,
I mean,
and they just don't stop. Oh my God.
it's incessant.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Not a good time.
All right. Well, we're not going to talk about either of those today. But I do have a fun one to start. It is called a lesser water boatman.
Okay.
It is an aquatic insect. They're found worldwide, like literally everywhere.
Okay.
In like any freshwater source, in pools, in like
I think
whatever.
I've seen a boatman, but I didn't know they
Probably.
made sound.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Okay.
You're going to be so into this one. They're herbivores. They feed on algae. They have straw-like mouth parts, and they inject enzymes into the plants, and then it like breaks down the plant, and then they suck it up.
That's cool.
Yeah, like a straw, like liquid. They're about 1.5 centimeters long, so like they're the size of a flea. They're really small.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But they are the loudest animal in the world relative to their size.
Oh.
Because tell me why an animal the size of a flea can create a sound that's guess how many decibels?
Loudest to the size. Let's go 110.
99.
Whoa.
99 decibels. We're looking at a picture right now. I think it kind of looks like a fly, except instead of wings, it's just got long legs. And I like the way that it uses its legs. It like flaps them.
Like to stay on
And
top of water,
propels.
right?
Oh, so
Are they
cute.
in the
No,
water
they
on top?
dive.
Oh, they dive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
They breathe at the water surface, like most aquatic insects. But cool thing, they collect air at the water surface and they'll attach it to themselves as a bubble.
Oh, that's so
so they
cool.
can stay underwater for longer. They're like little astronauts underwater. You know what?
Scuba
Astronauts
divers?
underwater are scuba divers.
Yeah.
They're like, they have like their own scuba gear. So
Yeah.
cute. Anyway, they're really, really cute. If you guys are near any freshwater sources and you hear buzzing, it definitely could be water boatmen.
That's
And you'll
who
probably
they are.
see them.
Okay.
If you see little tiny guys that are the size of fleas that have 2 long arms and they're flapping everywhere, water boatmen, maybe. Probably.
They're cute.
This is why you're going to love them. The males, the way they make the sound is they rub a ridge that's on their penis on their abdomen.
Let's go. Okay.
So their penis is an acoustic penis.
That's amazing.
It's like an instrument. But also 99 decibels. Connor kind of gave a comparison at the beginning. 99 decibels is like a passing train, is like a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Is just really, really just below a chainsaw.
With his penis.
With his penis, which he's the size of a flea. So the penis is not even the width of a human hair.
Oh, it's a tiny
like,
penis.
Why?
I was
Why
expecting,
is it so
like,
loud? How?
That's ridiculous.
Imagine us.
Oh, God.
Imagine a penis the size of a human hair and expecting it to be as loud as a lawnmower. It just doesn't make any sense.
No.
It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, they do it to attract mates. It's like that's how they find each other. And it's possible that bubble that I talked about,
Yeah.
they take it from the air and then they bring it under and then they use it as a scuba gear. I don't know anything about that.
Thanks. Yeah.
They use it as a resonator. So that might be why
Oh,
it's
smart.
louder, is
Yeah.
because they have that. Anyway, here's what it sounds like. I have a video. And I am, oh, there it is. Kind of sounds like a cricket.
So that's penis music. So if I hear that outside in the summer, it's coming from a penis. There's gonna be a cool fact I'm gonna whip out often.
You're going to be hearing, it sounds a lot like a cricket. That people are going to be like, Connor, that's a cricket.
I'm going to a family reunion tomorrow. We're gonna be by a lake. I'm just gonna say that's penis music every time.
Okay, well, there you go. There's
And
your
then I'm gonna show them
new
that.
icebreaker fun fact for your next party. The loudest animal relative to its size makes a sound as loud as a lawnmower with its penis.
I love it so much.
And it's the size of a flea.
That is crazy.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, kind of going in line of the penis music.
Really quickly, speaking of penis,
Yes.
by the way, we have a Patreon. And today, the episode that we're filming on Patreon is Connor and I are getting pitted against each other, guessing what the penis is.
Of the animals are.
What the penis bone. So
Yep.
we're going to see a bunch of baculums, which is a penis bone. And we're going to have to buzz in and guess what species it belongs to. If you're interested in that,
Oh,
check
so
out the
much fun.
Patreon. If you're not, there's other stuff on there too.
lot of good stuff. A lot of good verses.
It'll be a good time.
Well, yeah. Speaking of penises, we're going to talk about sperm whales.
Okay.
So that's my great segue. So sperm whales are, okay, I knew they were cool, but I didn't realize how cool they were. And I feel like that's a theme of mine. Like, oh, I have a relative understanding of
I think
these
it's a
animals.
theme of World's Wildest.
Yeah.
I think you just don't know how cool something is until you learn about it.
It's so cool. So they're the world's largest predator. They're the world's loudest. They're the world's largest toothed whale. And they have the largest brain ever of any known animal ever to exist on the planet.
Relative to its size or period?
Period.
Their brain is bigger than a blue whale's brain?
Yes.
Why?
That's what they said.
That's
what scientists
crazy.
say.
Okay.
And like, it's the largest, like, from dinosaurs too.
How big
that
are
we
they?
know. We'll get to that in a second. Don't ruin that.
Okay.
All right. So they are characterized by a series of recognizable bumps on its dorsal surface, thick flutes, which flutes are the tails, and extremely large heads. Males, their heads are 1/3 of their body length. So huge heads. So their name comes from this type of substance, waxy-like substance in their head called spermatitis? No, spermatic? I'm butchering that. Spermaceta. I don't know how to say it.
Great.
Fail. Sorry. So it's a waxy-like substance found on the inside of their head, which is used for lamps and candles. So like the oil.
Sad.
And
They're huge.
they're gigantic. We're about to get to that. And they were first to believe to have sperm in them. And then their lifespan is 70 years old.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean they were the first?
The scientists thought at first that was sperm.
In their head?
Yeah.
I see.
Not this oily substance.
Interesting guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy. So their lifespan is 70 years old.
Wow.
And their size is anywhere between 49 to 59 feet or 15 to 18 meters or like 11 miles. So they're a bit longer than a school bus.
Okay.
So quite large.
Wow. Bigger than I thought. Okay.
Very big. Very scary. At the beginning, you saw they have the teeth in them.
Why?
Very
They're not
terrifying.
scary.
Oh, that producer, bring up the first picture that we had. It's so scary.
It's a picture of their teeth. They're probably very large individually.
Probably like the size of your fist for this guy.
They're like
tooth.
probably traffic cones, right?
Oh, could be. Yeah.
Like some of those could be traffic cone size,
Sure.
or maybe like the little training cones that they use for soccer,
Yeah.
the little orange ones.
No. It's only on the bottom,
Oh, well, that's
There's
not
nothing
so
on the
bad.
top.
That's better than the bottom and the top.
but like, can you see the top? They like.
They couldn't
have
eat
inserts.
a person though.
Yeah, they can.
They do?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you about that in a
Oh
second.
my god, I didn't.
Or they don't eat. They haven't been known to eat people, but like they could eat a person.
Okay, then don't give them the rep of eating people.
They could. Because
Okay,
people
so
are
could
starting
I.
to give them the opportunities to, which is really dumb. We'll get to that in a second. So,
Me and also the sperm whales both have the ability to eat people, but we probably will not unless it's somebody else's fault.
I was going to say this later, but you can pay $7,763 to go dive with sleeping sperm whales, and they'll only let you do sleeping because they're afraid that they might eat you if you're diving with them when they're awake.
How
and
do you
that's just for that. I don't know.
not wake them up?
I don't know. That's what the offer was
Okay.
on the internet
Wow.
from a semi-reputable diving company.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
but you have to go like really far out
Yeah.
because they only live in like really deep parts of the ocean. So they love deep water about minimum 200 meters or 655 feet.
Jeez.
That's like their minimum. They like
Oh my god.
maximum. So their diet is mainly large squid,
Yeah.
even giant squid, because giant squids are now known to be real. So they do fight with giant squids, which is crazy. They're opportunistic eaters. They'll eat octopus, skates, crabs, sharks, and other fish. They hunt at the ocean floor or very near to the ocean floor.
I was just at the Museum of Natural History in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a replica of a sperm whale eating a giant squid, and it was like the size equivalent of like putting your hand on like a apple. Like, and the squid was wrapped
right.
around its head.
That is crazy.
It was such a cool model, but the squid was wrapped around its head and it was like that big compared to its head size. I cannot imagine battles like that in the dark in the ocean.
It is actually crazy.
Your
So-
hand being the squid, the apple being the head of the whale, if that wasn't clear.
That makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So they can eat up to, they're anywhere between 2,000 and 6,000 pounds of food a day, or 907 to 2,721 kilograms of food, or 200 to 600 miles a day.
A day? That
day.
seems so unsustainable.
It's
That
a
seems
lot.
really hard to maintain.
Well, you got to think, remember our Twilight Zone episode. There's so much biomass
Yeah, but you just gotta
down
be
there.
constantly eating.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they can dive up to a max of like 2 hours, but generally they'll dive 20 to 25 minutes, and kind of the max depth they'll go is like 3,000 meters or 9,842 feet.
Oh my gosh.
So they're going down there, and it's really dark.
Yeah.
So how do you think they hunt? Do they have really good vision? What do you
Do
think?
they echolocate?
Echolocation.
Wicked.
So this is where it gets even scarier. So their teeth are scary. It's cool scary though. Cool scary. I have this relationship with the ocean where I think it's very scary. I respect it. I think it's really cool, but I'm not gonna go mess with it. I don't want to. That's where they live. I don't want to go there.
I thought you liked like snorkeling or scuba diving and stuff.
I am an open water certified diver.
Okay, I'm confused.
But that's like 100 feet max.
Okay, sure.
Like I'm doing coral reefs. That's it. I'm staying where the light is.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
I'm never going in a submarine ever.
Oh, okay.
So would you?
Hell no.
Nope, I wouldn't. Nope, no, not for me. So they are the loudest animal on Earth. They're have been known to do echolocation clicks of 230 decibels.
What happens if you're in the water?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Because there's some dumb divers that we're going to talk about.
Do their heads explode?
I shouldn't say dumb. No, it doesn't go that far.
Oh, saved.
They're researchers. Again, okay, we'll get to that.
Okay, sorry.
So scientists say that 180 to 200 decibels is enough to kill you if it's a sustained sound.
Sure.
So 230 is crazy. This sound is powerful enough to travel thousands of miles. And there's a diagram popping up that shows kind of how they use their sound and the echolocation and all the organs. It's really cool system. It's very dark down there. They don't really need their eyes. So they're just using this very, very highly adaptable skill to find out what's down there. And because they can click so loud, they could just point down, click to massive depths to see what's down there. So they can get that 2,000 or that 200 to 600 miles of food a day. Because they can see what's down there. It's just wide open to them.
It sounds like a movie. Like,
it
does not sound real at all.
It does.
Okay.
It is crazy.
That's crazy.
So there's a group of divers from Darwin, which is a whale and dolphin research group focused on how they make their calls, their echolocation, all that kind of stuff. That's what they focus on. And they would go dive with these whales, which a lot of marine biologists like, you probably shouldn't do this. Like, we don't recommend this. Please don't have a bunch of people go out there and do this, because sperm whales, while they haven't been known to kill people, like in the modern age, there are reports in history of sperm whales eating people, but how true is that? We don't know.
Right.
But they could very easily eat you if they wanted to, but they're also not like docile to where like dolphins, like, oh, dolphins, like, you know, you can go swim with them and like maybe be okay.
Dolphins are docile.
But like they're less likely to kill you.
Sure.
So anyway, you shouldn't be swimming with marine wildlife unless you're like with a tourist group that understands all that kind of stuff and does like very far off distance, like whale shark viewing where you're, 200 yards away from them swimming. Mm-hmm. So anyway, don't get in the water with them. So these sperm whales do something called scanning. And this is something described by the divers that were in here or in the water with them. So they would get scanned, air quotes scanned, with a series of clicks to see that's used to see what that object is and what's inside that object. Can I eat that object? And kind of, they describe it as having x-ray vision because they can see the fleshy bits, how much bone, how much organs, all that. So if they know if they want to eat you or not.
Okay.
And the divers describe this as extremely painful, having these clicks thrown at them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's so interesting.
It's not the 230 decibel clicks, but it is powerful clicks to see what's going on.
I would like the pain described. Did they?
They just said it was extremely painful in their ears and all throughout their body, in their lungs. Anything that had air in it would just be
like
painful.
what, vibrating?
Yeah.
That's, again, this is a movie.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It gets even crazier. So a calf came up to a camera person, and the camera person
surely it's just a little baby.
Pushed the calf away. The calf got angry, started vibrating with massive clicks in its head, paralyzed the guy's arm for 4 hours.
I'm sorry. He like I'm just imagining like a little baby whale getting mad. You see that like cat gif where he's like mad and he's like
yeah. Yep.
He just like shakes. Okay, sorry. So he
got paralyzed for 4 hours.
Paralyzed the
his arm
because he pushed him.
Yep.
Is the man okay?
Do I?
Is the guy okay?
Yeah. It was just He was just, shooken up.
They're not
You're
gonna have
crying
to cut this
right now.
because I wasn't even listening to you. And if there was like some tragedy, this would be really insensitive.
No.
Oh my god.
The diver's fine.
Oh my god. I wish that was on video.
There might be
How
some
big are the
parts of it.
calves?
So
Surely it's just a little baby.
the calves are, let's
Oh,
see,
yeah.
2,000 pounds
That's okay. It's
or
just
907
2
kilograms
horses.
or 200 mayas, or they're also 11 to 16 feet long. This is when they're first born.
That's fine.
So 2 to 3 mayas or 3.4 to 4.9 meters.
Just a little baby.
They stay nursing for 3+ years too. Also, while we're on reproduction, females, they're sexually mature by like 13. They reproduce every 4 to 5 years. So they're like slow to reproduce. So
that always sucks. Are they endangered too?
yes and no.
Okay.
So IUCN and Red List lists them as vulnerable, but the United States Endangered Species Act lists them as endangered. So yeah, they were, which is kind of weird. Commercial whaling peaked in 1962.
Yeah.
Like people loved like our parents loved their oil from the whales because they're really good for like lubricating car parts, machinery, perfumes. Like lantern oils were still a thing too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You could get 4 tons of oil from an average like male sperm whale. It's a ton of oil.
That's a lot.
And commercial whaling has been going on since 1690 and stopped really in 1970 or 1987. But there was a ban on it in 1972.
Whaling still happens though.
They're trying to get it to come back because their populations
You know
are like,
how
it's up.
have you guys ever thought about how you have to kill a whale or how you kill a whale?
Exploding
They're
harpoons.
huge. Grenade harpoons. You shoot a harpoon at it with a grenade on it and it blows it up. And they don't work every time either. Sometimes you have to do several. It's like gnarly.
It's
Whaling
horrible.
is awful.
It reminds me of like bullfighting, how you have to like keep throwing the spears at the bull until it finally dies.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
So the American Veterinary Medical Association describes humane euthanasia as a like one-shot kill or like a one cut. Like you have to do one thing once and that's humane. So if you have to do more than once, it's not humane. Do you know how they euthanize whales? They get beached. Did I tell you this?
They blow them up.
No, that's not an actual. They tried to. It was a really dumb idea. It was a dead one though. They were like trying to get rid of it. So I don't know why I got into this when I was looking to go to vet school, but you slash their dorsal vein to let them bleed out because it's slow. They just fall asleep.
Is that even one-shotting? That doesn't seem
one
like a
cut.
one. Well, yeah,
And then they
but
slowly
like,
bleed out.
damn.
How else? Like the only
I
other
don't
method
know.
is a huge series of medications, like a 4-part series of medications where there's potassium involved to stop the heart and the proton pumps and all this kind of stuff in there. But then they have to bury it or move it because vultures will come down to try to eat it and die from the euthanasia stuff. But like, there's no guns that you can shoot them with in the head, and there's not enough of them to practice on. So really, it's just cutting that if you can't put them back in the ocean. So anyway,
Okay.
it sucks. All right, let's end on a kind of happy note.
Okay.
So going along with their clicks, their powerful clicks, they can stun fish, and then if a diver was next to it at 230 decibels, they would just
Explode.
their lungs would explode. I don't know if their whole body would explode, but like any air in them would just rupture.
Why
Their
would you pay
eardrums rupture.
$7,000 to go swim with them then?
I don't know, $7,762 or $63.
But that could happen at any time. Why would you
Yeah,
want
if
to
they
do
wanted
that?
to. People thrill
What if you're
seekers.
outside of the water?
You're fine. I mean, you could probably still hear it or feel it, but it's really just in the water. I mean, these clicks can be
Whack,
heard
dude.
thousands of miles away. So we've never seen a 230 decibel click hit a person, and I hope we never do. But theoretically,
Maybe we could like put a
Instant dead.
watermelon in there or something and just see what happens.
sure. I mean, we could just put a cadaver, see what happens.
No, ew. Gross.
I mean, if you really want to see.
I don't. All I need is to see something explode. I don't need a cadaver.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Hey, World's Wildest listeners and viewers, have you ever wanted to learn a new language? The best way to do that is to travel to another country and plop yourself down and stay there for weeks and weeks and immerse yourself. But if you are not quite ready to do that, you have Babbel. I recently went to Brazil, to the Amazon rainforest to study conservation, and I learned a bunch to bring back to this podcast. Unfortunately, I did not have Babbel at the time, but next time I go, I'm definitely going to use it. You guys get a very, very special limited time deal here just for our listeners. If you want to learn a new language and you want it to be super easy, now is the time. You can get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription. But again, that's only for our listeners at babbel.com/wildest. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/wildest. That's BABBEL.com/wildest. Rules and restrictions may apply. Thank you so much to Babbel for being our very first sponsor on World's Wildest. We are so stoked about it, and I really hope you guys go check it out. Thanks for listening.
What do you got for us next?
I have been staring at this picture the whole time you've been talking. It's
okay.
Made it really hard to focus.
Is it another penis thing?
No.
Okay.
Do you know this sound? There's audio. Everybody knows this sound.
Yeah, everybody on chat complains on the Loudest chat. It's a cicada.
It's a cicada. He also knows that because he saw my computer today while I was researching. I said no spoilers, and he saw it.
I only saw a plant.
Okay, well, yes, it's a cicada. The African cicada is what I'm going to talk about today. And this is, I don't know if this is an African cicada. There's 3,000 cicada species. But this is
so
the picture
cute.
that's been staring at me since you've been talking. And I think it's like one of the cute, like look at him on my computer.
He's very cute. Just staring at you.
It's one of the cutest insects to exist. Cicadas are. They're like, they just have the biggest eyes.
I accidentally ate one.
What? You accidentally?
I was at Boy Scout camp in Georgia, just like running, like playing tag or something. And I was like breathing and and like I closed my mouth at the same time. I know. It was gross. I threw up.
They're like the size of like a date.
Yep,
like they're
exactly. Crunchy
you
as
can't
hell.
just get that in your. Why don't you spit it out?
Because I was like closing my mouth at the same time when my back molar hit it.
God.
And like I didn't crunch all the way, but like I crunched enough to feel the carapace crunch or whatever?
Dude. I hated that story.
Yep.
Apologize to him.
I'm sorry, cicada. Please don't fly into my mouth ever again. It's
okay,
not
one
a
of the
good time.
cutest insects ever, guys. If you are an audio listener, it's like a fly, but it's got the biggest, cutest eyes, and he looks like he's just so sorry. He's so sorry for whatever you're mad at him for. That's what he looks
Really
like.
cool wings. Their wings are transparent.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And like with like veins going in there.
They drink sap from trees. They have a straw tube mouth. This is what their mouth looks like.
Oh, they love pine.
Yeah, they love doinking from trees. Look at his mouth part.
That is.
It really is like a whole straw.
Yeah.
Like almost half the length of its body. It's pretty
huge.
impressive. This is the world's loudest insect.
Do they rub their straw against their belly?
No.
Okay.
This is the world's loudest insect. They produce sounds at, guess,
107.
Oh. 107 decibels. Chainsaws are 110 decibels. Connor asked if they rub their straw on their body. No, they have a built-in instrument. It's called a timbal.
A timbal? That's so cute.
Yeah, it's right behind their wings.
Oh.
It's very cool looking.
Yeah.
It kind of has stripes and it kind of looks like plastic. And the timbal itself makes a clicking sound, but they make the sound so fast it sounds like a hum because it's just like constant clicking.
Is the timbal independent or do they rub something on it?
I think that they rub something on it, but I'm not sure.
It reminds me of like the grates on like a AC unit.
Yeah, it does look like
run
that.
it back and forth, make sound. Yeah.
So once they reach adulthood, the males will spend all day screaming from the treetops to attract a mate. So that's why you hear them everywhere because males are just at the treetops screaming.
Even at night.
All day, all night. They need a mate really bad. I went down a rabbit hole about cicadas today because, oh my God, they're so interesting.
Yeah.
Have you heard, it's 2024, has everybody heard of the periodical cicada?
Oh, like the
Apocalypse.
emergence. Yeah.
Yes, the emergence of the
like
periodical
Georgia,
cicadas.
right? South.
Yeah, I have a map for later. But most cicada species are annual, so they emerge each year, sometimes every few years. When I say emerge, I mean the babies are in underground. And the babies will eat from tree roots.
Oh, cool.
So they're drinking sap from tree roots. The adults are drinking sap from trees. Okay. So the babies will bury themselves and drink from tree roots, and then they'll emerge. And annual cicadas are emerging every year or every few years. Periodical cicadas, there are 9 species of periodical cicadas. This is a bizarre concept too. There's only 9 species of periodical cicadas and 1 species of periodical centipede. And I think that might be, millipede. And I think that might be it.
Oh.
And
that's cool.
The periodical cicadas of 2024 are 2 different kinds, 13-year periodical cicadas and 17-year periodical cicadas.
They come out every 17 years?
Yes.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Why?
17 years. We don't know. I looked it up. I asked an entomologist. Everybody was just like, we don't really know like why they're down there for so long. The way that it works though is the adults will be in a tree. They emerge from the ground, okay? They're babies. Let's start with them being babies.
Okay.
They're babies. They're underground. After they hatch from a tree, they drop down to the ground. They bury themselves underground. Then they suck on tree sap underground, tree roots. They also, how do they know to come out in 13 years? How do they know to come out in 17 years?
I don't know.
From the taste of the tree sap. The tree sap changes seasonally, and they count like they're drinking the tree sap, and then they'll be like, oh, here's another fall. I only 16 more falls to go.
They're smart.
It's so crazy.
Okay.
And then once 13 years or 17 years hits, they will emerge literally like zombies out of the ground.
Okay.
And they will climb up a tree. They'll molt in the tree. Here's a picture of them molting. This is the picture you saw today.
Yeah.
So they'll climb up trees or plants, and then they'll molt. And so that's why you're seeing all these like crunchy.
I used to stick those. I have a record of having 75 of them on my body when I was a kid. I'd go around and grab these and like stick them on me because they like hang onto your clothes. That's what we do in Georgia. Those are Georgia boy things to do. Cicada exoskeletons.
Okay.
It's not that weird. Don't make it weird.
No, it's fine. It's harmless. A molt is like the way that snakes shed their skin. Insects will molt their exoskeleton. So Connor's talking about these like crunchy sheds or molts.
They're very delicate, yeah.
Very delicate, but very crunchy, crispy that you can stick on you. But they molt out of that, and then they get their wings. They're underground for 13 years or 17 years, and then they only live a few freaking weeks.
That's so lame.
Like, what is the point?
That is. Are they adults underground?
No.
Okay, because they
emerge and then they molt into adults.
That's wild.
They're babies underground for 13 years or 17 years. Then they emerge, then they molt into adults with wings. They live for a few weeks. They scream for a few weeks and call for a mate, and then they mate, and then they lay eggs in a tree. And then the eggs hatch, drops to the ground, the babies burrow, and then you have to wait another 17 years to see them.
That is wild.
So weird. Guess summer of 2024 is big because there are 2 different broods that are emerging together. One group of 13, right? And one group of 17. This only happens once every 221 years.
Oh, okay.
Like that's how it lines up.
Wild.
It's so crazy.
I bet I could beat the record of having the exoskeletons on me. I'm going down to Georgia.
Well, they're all dead now.
I mean,
because they've all are. Maybe there are
those
a bunch of molts around.
Molts, yeah.
Yeah, but this is. Guess how many?
2 mil.
Guess how many they expected to emerge in 2024? They haven't counted because how the hell?
69 mil.
No.
If you're gonna use the T word, I'm gonna walk out.
I'm gonna use the T word and I'm gonna make it plural.
Okay.
Trillions.
I'm walking out. That's crazy.
Trillions.
I bet a lot of people actually
Trillions.
ate cicadas this year.
Trillions of cicadas zombieing out from the ground in the summer of 2024. Everything. This is this is the strat, is if they all come out at the same time and they're all
Why are
a
you
food source,
crying?
because this is just so funny. And they all come out at the same time and they're a food source for so many things. Mammals, raccoons, birds, everywhere,
Right.
anywhere, anything. They're just a great snack. By the way, people are eating them too. I don't know
What?
if you've seen this. People are making cicada pies and stuff. They're just like all over it. Everybody's eating them.
That's a little far.
If you're allergic to crabs, though, don't eat them. The strat is that they all come out at the same time, and because they're a food source for so many things, there are just so many of them. It's like there's gonna get to a point where there's too many to eat, so then the rest of them will just reproduce and chill and then die.
It's a strat, yeah.
Yeah, so the strat is to overwhelm predators with food. But yeah, this is the map of where they're emerging. They expect about 1 million cicadas per acre. Or they
That's
expected...
a weird line that it just like misses Michigan, New York.
It is weird.
Huh.
They respect state boundaries.
Yeah.
they about 1 million cicadas per acre. Delaware is like 1.5 million acres. So
1 million cicadas per acre?
1 million per acre. And the emergence zones, so trillions across all those states. This is a picture of what it looks like in a place where they were emerging this past summer. This is 2024. Don't make that sound.
Sorry. It looks like a bunch of maggots. Apologies.
No, it doesn't. At the tree roots, it's just a bunch of the molts that have fallen to the ground, and they look like crispy, crunchy corn
I bet
puffs.
I could get 200 on myself this time.
Crispy, crunchy corn puffs. Anyway,
They're so much fun to play with. Sorry.
I have never played with the molts.
I will find one. And
I
give it
found
to
a
you.
couple this year.
Okay.
But only a couple.
Do you ever make them into earrings? No? Okay.
No, but people have done that. I have a picture of periodical cicadas that I forgot to put in the doc that I need to send so you can see what they look like. The periodical ones are cool and cute and handsome. They're like black and they have transparent kind of copper toned wings and red eyes. Really, really cool looking.
So you could tell them apart.
Yeah.
That's cool.
3,000 species of cicadas. Not very many periodical cicadas. What a treat for everybody. I know we're a little bit late for seeing them because they're all dead.
Right.
Because they were in the ground
They're
for 17
beautiful.
freaking years, and they come out and they're only there for a few weeks and then they all die. But they did all lay eggs.
I'm sure they don't come out all at once, though. Like they slowly come out over like a few weeks. So you're not just having like them all emerging at the exact same time.
Right. Yeah, but they're all dead now.
Sad.
Because they're
They're pretty.
But their eggs are about to hatch, so they've laid eggs and then
Yeah.
they're babies, but they're gonna drop down into the soil, and then we will not get to see them for another 13 to 17 years.
Crazy.
But what a treat. I really
really
should have
cool.
traveled for this. Now that I've done this research, I wish that I went to one of these states just to be with them. I won't be able to do this for another 17 years, Connor.
221 now for the huge emergence.
220. Oh my God, that's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed out so bad.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, I've got a type of pistol shrimp called the Pink Floyd pistol shrimp.
Okay.
So I first want to, people get mantis shrimp and pistol shrimp confused. So a mantis shrimp is what you see a lot of like YouTubers or other people try to get punched by. And it's very hard and they can like go through wetsuits and make you bleed. But mantis shrimp basically punch, while pistol shrimp do other crazy stuff by closing their claws. And I'll get to that in a second about their claw closing. So this specific Pink Floyd pistol shrimp was discovered in 2017. They named it after, the scientists named it after the band because of its bright pink red claw. Maya, describe to me what this pistol shrimp looked like.
This is not like a infrared. This is what it looks like?
This is what it looks like, yep.
Okay, it looks like an x-ray of a crawfish with a giant pink claw that's lit up like neon pink.
At the tip, it's like pink and then goes to red. Super cool. So they live in the eastern Pacific Ocean. They eat small fish, and it snaps its claw shut so fast that it reaches 218 decibels. So, crazy loud. And it kills and stuns nearby fish so it can eat it.
Does it like boil the water around it?
Yes.
That's so crazy.
I have a Stanford study where we do the math on all that.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you. And people are going to be really cool.
Guys, your next science experiment, by the way, some people did do a microscope thing for Connor, so great work.
Thank you.
Your next science experiment is go be a pistol shrimp in the swimming pool and just open and close your hand as fast as you can, as much as you can, until the water boils around your hand. Tell us how long it takes.
Yeah, I like that. So its claw moves 60 miles per hour or 97 kilometers per hour. And like it's going like millimeters. So it's crazy fast. It's so fast that it causes a brief flash of light and creates a vacuum bubble that also has a temperature of 4,800 degrees Celsius or 8,672 degrees Fahrenheit, which is similar to the temperature of the surface of the sun. Actually crazy.
4,800 degrees Fahrenheit?
4,800 degrees Celsius.
What is the Fahrenheit?
8,672.
Oh my God.
I can't even comprehend that. I
can't either.
So surface of the sun. It's crazy. And it's brief. And it gets like really like.
Okay, change of the experiment. Go crab hands in the pool until the water around you reaches the surface of the sun.
Yep.
Get back to us. Thank you.
So they do this by like having a inlet for water to flow into their claw and then quickly closing it. And the water kind of shoots out and creates this bubble and has all that happen.
So it's not actually clamping down on the fish. It's just the claw is a weapon.
Yeah.
Like
it doesn't clamp down on the fish at all. It
Oh
does
my
that
God.
near the fish dead, and then
That
it
is
eats it.
so crazy.
Oh, it's absolutely wild. So we have this Stanford study where they do all the math behind it to figure this out.
Oh gosh.
I don't know what this equation means. I think our producer does because he's very smart. But they did all the math because they're trying to figure out how to use it for people.
Of course. Why do we always have these conversations?
So what do you think they're going to use it for?
It's war.
Okay, that's one of them. Yeah. It's not mentioned in the study, but I saw it otherwhere, like weapons. They want to make weapons out of this.
Yeah.
Because if they can vaporize tanks and people with the surface of the sun temperatures, they're going to do it. Really sad. Here's the cool things. They want to use it for an energy source, like not the actual shrimp doing the work for the energy source, because that'd be bad and that wouldn't work. But like that mechanism, they want to figure out maybe use engines like that instead of having our normal combustion. Maybe they can have mantis shrimp claws in there. And the other cool thing is in human medicine, they want to use that kind of technique to break up clots and tumors.
Oh, ouch.
Vaporize them,
Oh.
basically.
Okay.
So break it up, vaporize. I don't know. That's really cool. So they're really, really cool. And I love them very much.
Nice. That's crazy.
It's very
I'm
crazy.
really looking forward to your guys' experiment.
It's going to be a good time. So as I promised, at the end of the episode, I'm going to talk to you guys about the largest sound ever recorded or known to humans on this earth. What do you think it is?
Can I make 3 guesses?
Sure.
A rocket ship.
Nope.
Earthquake.
Getting closer, but no.
A volcano.
Yes. What volcano?
I don't know volcanoes.
You'll know this name. Krakatoa.
I don't know that name.
You don't know Krakatoa?
No, sorry.
It was a really great island chain in Indonesia until May 20th, 1883, where the island just went.
sad.
Yep. Huge eruption. So I'm going to read you an article from the American Academy of Audiology. So I do this justice. The sound of the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano was estimated to be 310 decibels, which is pretty close. No, it's not pretty close. I mean, decently close to a whale. The whale clicked 230.
It must be exponential, the way that decibels work.
Logarithmic.
Sorry.
Logarithmic.
Logarithmic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
So like it's not close to a whale.
okay.
It's like
It's the closest thing. Okay. I feel like it's kind of close, but no, not really. Okay. So there are reports that it was heard 1,300 miles away. Even more amazingly, some islands in Western Indian Ocean, approximately 3,000 miles away, still heard it at a decibel level near a gun blast.
wow.
Due to the speed of the sound, it is likely that people on these far islands did not hear the Krakatoa for nearly 4 hours after the eruption.
Oh wow.
Krakatoa produced the equivalent force of 200 megaton bombs and was 4 times as powerful as the largest ever human-produced thermonuclear explosion, the Tsar Bomba in 1961. Krakatoa was also so loud that it circled the Earth 4 times before dissipating, and 10% of the Earth could hear Krakatoa. We know that exposure to sounds greater than 85 decibels for more than 2 hours can damage our hearing. For those near Krakatoa, when it erupted, the sound of Krakatoa was not a sound at all. At 194 decibels, acoustic vibrations changed into shock waves of a sonic boom. It's unfathomable what happened to humans and animals who were unfortunately near enough to Krakatoa that day. Hearing protection would not have been helpful on that day, but we have the choice now to protect our hearing in everyday sounds like motorcycles and lawnmowers.
Oh, that's a nice shout out.
Yeah, thanks, Academy
But they
of
would have
Audiology.
straight up exploded.
Oh, yeah.
That's so sad.
Like, within, 100 miles, just gone.
Well,
It's crazy.
thank you.
Crazy.
Quiz time.
Quiz. All right.
Okay, Maya's in the lead, 4-3 still.
Frick.
Let's test your research on Loudest. Which land animal is the loudest?
Lion.
No.
No shot.
I don't know. I didn't research that.
Which land animal is the loudest? It's a bird for sure. It's a... Can I just say parrot?
It is not a bird.
What?
What is it?
It is the howler monkey, which
Which
at its peak can produce sounds of reaching 140 decibels.
140.
Wow.
Weak.
Well, makes sense that this is the only habitable planet. I can't believe
Yeah.
stuff like that happens on this planet.
That's crazy.
That's really scary. Okay, well, on that note, wear your hearing protection. Good
Do
to
it.
keep your ears safe.
OSHA.
Right, yeah, shout out OSHA. Thank you guys for watching or listening. Thank you guys for being here for the podcast. We really appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun. We, again, are on Patreon. If you want more content, if you want extra stuff, if you want bookmarks, if you want to get our advice on wildlife or conservation-related careers, if you want nature photos, it's all over there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fun times.
If you give us a like and a subscribe and a comment, that would be great. If you give us a good review, that would be great. Connor, you got anything else?
Thank you so much for subbing and liking and loving this episode called World's Loudest. It's a great time, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Sorry, Space.